Hello, Donna from JSOC Construction. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. I talked to Mindy earlier, and she recommended that I send this over to you. So I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. At the end of the video, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to answer those for you. I'm actually going to have a bunch of free tips in here too, so if you're happy with everything, you still have those, and you could definitely use them for your site and apply them, as needed. So I'm going to talk about content, citations, and backlinks. So the first thing I'll talk about today is content. So I'm looking at your page here, and Google recommends having about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content. I know that's a ton, and the reason that they really do want so much is they know if you have that much on your page, that you're basically giving out a lot of information, you're educating people online. That's what they really want. They're looking for everyone to kind of contribute in a way and make their site essentially better. Of course, it helps them in the end, and that's really what they're looking to do. So you guys don't have that much content right now. The other thing you could have is a blog site, which I don't see that as one of your options right now. That works the same way, where a blog, of course, gives out information, gives tips, teaches people things. Google really likes that as well, and that will help to rank your site higher. Now, I'm going to use Monarch Roofing as kind of our comparison study here. The reason why is because they're one of the top companies in the area. So I'm going to use them as my example because they're the ones that you essentially want to get ahead of and beat. Obviously, you can see what they're doing and then just do more than what they're doing, basically. And if we go to their site, we're just looking to see they don't have anywhere near the 1,500 to 2,000 words either. So that just tells us they'd be easier to beat if you had that on your site. The other reason that you do want so much content is the more content you have, the more keywords or keyword phrases you could put into that content. So as our example, we put in roofing, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And it has good volume attached to it, but it's also one that new customers would search for. As you can see, there's no specific roofing company named. And that's designed so that, this is what you want to be capturing, basically a search with that kind of a keyword in it. So if we look from their eyes, first thing they're going to find are these ads. Second thing they're going to find are these, the map section here, also called GMB or Google My Business. And these are all based on citations. So this brings us to our second topic, which is citations. Top 3 companies show up in this little preview window. You could view to see all. But if you're just looking at the main page and doing a search, you want to be the top 3, so you show up here. And it's just more exposure, and they could click your site right here and go there and get their business as well. So the way to get citations is just to get your business name, address, and phone number, those 3 things, listed into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor. Could also be social media sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. All of those, you could link those to with the web links in those as well. We'll talk about those a little bit more in a minute. So after that, we're going to get to our organic section. These show up because of our keyword, roofing, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You're going to get 10 results per page no matter what the search is. That's just kind of how Google works. And they all show up based on Google's formula. We now know parts of that are content, keywords, and backlinks we'll talk about in a minute. And so we could rank our keyword, roofing, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Number 1 goes to Better Business Bureau, and they are a directory. 2 is going to go to Home Advisor, another directory. 3 is going to go to Monarch Roofing, which is our comparison study. They're the top actual company showing up. The fact that 2 directories are first is actually a really good thing, because directories aren't that difficult to beat because Google prefers local companies showing up ahead of directories. So as long as you have some sound links in your site, then you would be able to outrank them fairly easily. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to take your website and just plug it into a program I use called Ahrefs. This just helps me to kind of analyze your site, see how it's doing. And first thing I can see right now is that you guys don't have any headers on your page. If you did, it would show up here in bold. And actually, I'll just jump over to Monarch, and you can see they have their headers on theirs. And that's what this is here. It's just a way for Google to find you a little bit easier. They've got their business name as well as a few keywords on there. And then next, let's jump into the backlinks, referring domains. This is our third point here that we're going to talk about, or third tip here. So referring domains are just websites that you have links on. When people click the actual links, which are the backlinks, then they're going to get redirected to your site. It could be a link, it could be a picture, it could be a button as well. So as of right now, you guys have the 18 referring domains, and you have 118 actual links on those 18 websites or domains. So you've got about 6, I guess, per website. The more of these you have, the stronger that they all vouch for you, essentially. They point back to your site. The more you have, Google likes that. It makes your site appear stronger, and that's where your trust comes in. The higher this number is, the more keywords you're going to have showing up as well. So right now you have the 41 keywords, and that's sending you back 1 visitor right now per month is what you're averaging. And we'll check that out and see why that number is not a little higher. Let's just jump back over to Monarch. They have 368 referring domains, sending back over 2,000 links. Because they have a lot more sites pointing back, you can see their trust is a 38, which is much higher. And they have 390 keywords that are showing up, sending them back about 472 visitors to their site per month. Let's quickly look at your keywords before we jump back to Monarch to see theirs. So general contractor, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is a good one. 80 people do search this keyword exactly like that. And for this one, you guys are in the 17th position. So we know that there's 10 results that show up per page. 17 is going to put you like at the bottom of page 2. Unfortunately, what we've actually found is 80 to 85% of people don't even go to page 2 on any Google search. They pretty much find what they're looking for on 1 or pick one of the results there. So what we can actually see is your actual traffic. And we see that 0.42, so less than half of a visitor, so less than 1, of course, visitor per month from the 80 actually is coming to your site right now because you're ranked 17. If you really want to get those results, you got to be on that first page. You got to be in the top 10. And that's the third highest that you have. Next up, you have kitchen remodeling, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This one, you're ranked 13, slightly higher. 20 people search it, but we can see because you're 13 at the top of the second page, you're getting 0.31 of the 20, so we're not even getting quite 1 from there. So these are your 2 best ones where you're getting the highest percentage. And it might give you 1 here and there, but it's not going to consistently probably bring you in those results. If we jump over to Monarch and just look at a few of theirs, I like this one because it's got a location. It's their name as well. Monarch Roofing. People who search them by name know who they are. They might also have seen their signs, probably some repeat business or referrals. 70 people, though, do search them exactly like that by name. They're number 1. If you're number 1, you can expect to get about 20 to 35% of the actual traffic. So being number 1, they're getting 22 actual visitors of the 70 coming to their site. Here's a good one for new customers, roofing company, Myrtle Beach. 70 people search it. They're number 2. So they're going to get 10 of the 70 coming to their site. All right, so that's just a little bit, like I said, about content, backlinks, and citations. Here's your guys' numbers again. So basically, if you add 3 to 5 keywords, get them ranked in the top 3 to 5 for the ranking, you could expect to bring in probably about 100 visitors to your site. That usually comes out to about 20 to 40 actual calls, depending on what your closing percentages are from calls to estimates and all that. It could be 2 to 4 customers per month, or 2 to 4 jobs per month. Again, that depends on what your closing percentages are. Now that you guys kind of have the info, obviously you don't have to do anything with it if you're happy with kind of where you're at. If you're looking to grow your company, and you have someone that is already kind of doing that for you, show them the video. There's some great tips in it. Third option, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out and I can answer those for you. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.